What's up guys, Elfis here, and today we're going to be starting a new series, alright? Because I asked you guys in the last video I posted, and somebody requested it, well, I guess not requested, recommended I do it, rather. I've decided to do hero reviews, and we're going to start with one of my current favorites, as many of you know, well, maybe many of you don't know this actually, but I've been playing Solstice a lot. I think he's almost in my top 5. I have like 50-something games played with him in normal mode. You know, a couple more in casual, and then like one in pubs that I played the other day. This is actually the pub game you're looking at, by the way. But, so basically this is going to be a review where I talk about, I'm not particularly going to be comparing it to other heroes, although that is kind of something that's just going to be happening by saying how good or bad the hero is. You're just default talking about relative, really. But, more specifically, I'm going to be talking about how good the hero is in the current metagame. And the current metagame changes a lot, although it usually kind of revolves around a certain, you know, mindset of things. It does change though, so it'll change, and then the hero reviews will be valid, you know, more valid, less valid, whatever, and they will change over time. So it's just the way it is. You know, it's kind of the nature of the beast, so to speak. So basically, these videos are going to be me talking about how good or poorly the hero works in the game, and then I'm going to give you guys, at the end of it, I'll give you guys a quick star rating, 1 through 5. I will do half stars too, so I guess I could just do 1 through 10, but I don't know, I like 1 through 5 better, so that's what I'm going to do. So, quickly, we'll jump in. First hero is going to be Solstice. That's what we're going to be doing, and then from there I'll take requests if people want to do that, or I can just pick them as I, you know, like them. So, Solstice, how good of a hero is he? Well, let's talk about it real quickly. So there's a couple things that a really good carry, you know, should have to carry very effectively, okay? And there's a reason that a lot of, you know, top tier carries are top tier carries, because of, you know, a lot of them are because of these specific reasons, okay? So first of all, he should have a nice escape. Solstice does not have that, okay? So he's lacking that, like, right out of the gate. He has his stun, but it's not a nice escape, particularly. It can be helpful for escaping, but it's not ideally a nice escape. So, he's missing the stun, or sorry, he's missing the escape. However, he makes up for it where a lot of hard carries, and granted, Solstice could be considered some type of semi-carry. I like to play more of a hard carry version of him, though. A lot of hard carries, and even semi-carries as well, they lack a lot of crowd control. Solstice makes up for that. He has a hard CC. He has a hard stun. A lot of carries do not have that. A lot of hard carries, if you look at them, go ahead, look at Mage Bane, Dark Lady, Madman, Scout, you know, Nighthound, whatever. They do not have hard stuns. Hard crowd control refers to a stun, usually. Soft CC is like slows, silences, I guess could be considered in soft CC, stuff like that. Hard CC is stuns, though. Stuns, roots, immobilization, stuff like that. So, he has a hard crowd control, which I think helps him make up for the fact that he doesn't have an escape. Now, what allows this hero to really shine, where you know, what makes him incredibly useful in my opinion, is his ultimate. His ultimate is one of the most incredible abilities in the game, in my opinion. It gives you the ability to defend a tower when you're far outnumbered. All 6 of the outer towers on on both sides of the map, all 6 outer towers on both sides of the map have a location where you can hide in fog or trees or something of the sort, and then you can channel up a full ultimate and hit the tower area with it. Okay? So basically what that means is that you can use the ultimate to defend quite easily, even when you are potentially outnumbered, maybe outfarmed, all things of the sort. The ultimate is AoE, and when you get into the long range of the ultimate, it's actually a fairly decent range, like width-wise. When they're like right next to you, there's a very small, it cones out. It's a cone outward, so the closer they are to you, the less the area of effect is, if that kind of makes sense to you guys. Go test it out a little bit, and you'll know what I mean by that. So when you get it at like a full range, not only does it do full damage, and I believe it does a fear as well. I think it does depend on which, whether you're in day or night. Yeah, so daytime does a slow, nighttime does a fear, if I'm not mistaken. So, but they do massive amounts of damage, which is fantastic, which gives you the ability to push back enemy teams even when you're outnumbered. And on top of that, it also is very good at getting kills because it does the slow or the fear. So, I think that is what really makes this hero shine through the roof. I think without that, the hero is essentially useless. Now, how does he fit into the current metagame? I'm sure some of you watch competitive gameplay. I haven't been watching as much of it in the past week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, as I should be, but in the past couple times since Solstice has been out, I haven't really seen him picked up in tournaments. So some of you may be asking, well, he hasn't been picked up in tournaments, so he's not a good hero, right? I think that's not necessarily the case. I think the reason he's not picked up in tournaments is because people don't really know how to run the hero, because he lacks a defined role. So you see me play him as a jungler probably 90% of the time. You'll see some people argue that he's far better as a laner 90% of the time, and you shouldn't jungle with him at all. I think that's not true. I think he works as both. I think it really depends on what you need. He's kind of like a filler hero in the sense that you can pick him up and you can kind of run a couple different strategies with it. But so does that mean that the hero shouldn't be picked up? Well, it's debatable. I think the hero's different, and to pick him up would be you're kind of making a different argument, and to pick him up isn't necessarily wrong. I just think it's different. Here I fail a really brutal ultimate. I thought the other guys were going to keep chasing too. They did not. So I think he doesn't fit a defined role. So he's good in both roles, but great in neither role, so to speak. So he's not really an incredible hard carry babysit, carry kind of hero, and he's not really an incredible jungler. So he fills both roles, but he's not fantastic in either role, and I think that's the reason people avoid picking him up. So does that make him a bad hero? Well, I think it makes him maybe potentially not as good as some other heroes. But I think, again, his abilities kind of make up for that. I think the fact that his ultimate is so incredibly powerful at defending that it does in fact make up for the lack of role of hard role that he fits. Some people would argue, and I can understand the arguments, but that's my personal opinion. So we've talked about the hero. We've talked about how he fits into the current meta game. He is missing a few things that a lot of hard carries would like to have. However, he has a lot of crowd control in that sense. He has hard CCs. Of course, at nighttime it's a softer CC. It's a slow, but I mean it's still. You can still consider that a hard CC, I think, because every 7.5 minutes it's a hard CC. So I believe the nighttime and daytime timer is 7.5 minutes. Maybe it's 8 minutes. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought it was 7.5. So we've talked about the hero. Now then, my rating. I would give the hero probably a 3.5 out of 5 stars, only because, again, he doesn't really fill a super, serious role by himself. He's kind of just like a filler hero, so I think there are other heroes that would fill his roles better. If you want a better jungler, Tempest, Keeper of the Forest, Ophelia, all fantastic junglers. If you want a better hard carry, maybe Dark Lady, Mage Bane, things like that. Silhouette is a fantastic hard carry. I can't play her, but she is fantastic. She's kind of a in-between roles, whereas those other heroes are defined those roles. That's what they do. So if you're looking for one of those, you should maybe go for another thing. If you want kind of a filler in between, someone that can do both easily, then this is your hero. So I give it a 3.5 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments, criticism would be fantastic. This will be the first one, so hopefully I can improve from here. So any criticism would be absolutely fantastic, guys. And if you have a constructive criticism, by the way, don't just be like, hey, you're a retard. That's not helping anybody. Be like, hey, this is a mistake. You made mistakes here, here, and here. This isn't right. I would argue this is blah, blah, blah. Things like that. Those are good arguments. So, constructive criticism is fantastic. If you have any comments, requests, concerns, specifically requests who you want me to do as the next hero, I would be more than happy to do them. And other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. GG, well played, guys. Elfis out.